As the years go by, there are absolutely some dead giveaways on how old we are. We all know that the neck skin, areas around the eyes, the forehead, the upper chest, all can indicate and show the signs of aging skin, but it's actually your hands that oftentimes get the most attention. And it's something we don't talk about here on the channel often enough, but we're going to solve that today. And we're going to talk about how to reverse age your hands and actually get skin on your hands to look amazing no matter how old you are. All right, let's talk about the skin on our hands and why it might look older. Something that's a big concern to most of us, especially as we get into our 40s, 50s, and if you're like me, 60s. Well, I'm just 60, so let's not push it. But all those years of hard work, hand washing, and accumulated exposure to the elements can lead to things like wrinkles and fine lines, thickened, rough skin with brittle or yellow nails, and everyone's favorite, those veins that seem to stand out on the outside of our skin. Now, those of you who have been following me on my channel know for a long time, I have implored, begged, practically rolled around on the floor and asked you to use sunscreen. And one of the areas that gets the most sun exposure is, of course, the hands. And we wash our hands a lot. So even when we're applying sunscreen, oftentimes it is rubbed off, washed off, wiped off, and what have you. So this is one of the areas of the body that really accumulates sun damage over time. Not to mention that the skin on our hands tends to be very thin. It's a place for many of us, unless you are genetically blessed, don't have a lot of fat pad underneath that skin, all which could lead to prematurely older looking hands. And if you're guys, that's what we call those man hands, that super textured, leathery, hard skin. We can even deal with that one with a few surprising steps that you can do in your skincare routine. Now, when it comes to making aging skin look good, moisturizer, 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 and then more moisturizer and hydration is the motto we need to live by. It's going to help keep the skin on the hands nice and plump and tight, and it's going to help keep those cuticles around your nails moistened so that your nails as they grow are actually stronger, more hydrated, healthier, and of course, younger looking. And on top of all of that, because of all that accumulated sun damage that we receive over the years, the tops of our arms, the backs of our hands tend to have age spots, discoloration, and hyperpigmentation patches. So what we're going to talk about today is going to be able to address all of those. The number one thing is to get the old dead skin off, and that's through an exfoliation process. Now, there are a lot of ways to do this. I'm not a big fan of body scrubs, even for the hands. However, skin on the hands tends to be a little bit tougher, but it's also thinner, so you got to be a little bit careful. So products that are specially formulated to treat and remove the dry, dead skin on the hands, lotions and scrubs that are out there. One of my favorites happens to be this one. It's been around for longer than I have, and that's saying something, and that's Pretty Feet and Hands. Now, this formulation is a combination of skincare acids, palmitic acid, stearic acid, and it also has paraffin wax. Now, there are paraffin wax treatments that are really great for the hands where you apply hot wax, sinks into that outer layer of dead skin, and when the wax is peeled off, it reveals newer, healthier looking skin. This works much in the same way, but it's a lotion that you actually rub into your skin and you keep rubbing it and it begins to actually roll away all of that dead skin on your hands. Very important to get this dead skin off your hands on a regular basis so that treatments for things like age spots, hyperpigmentation areas on the skin, the treatments actually can sink into that upper layer and help you out. Another great way to get that old dead skin cell layer off is to use a skincare acid that's highly concentrated. Now, this particular one is by Alpha Skincare. It's Alpha Skincare's 14% glycolic acid serum. So one of my favorite products. I've been using this literally since I was in my early 20s, both on my face, my neck, and my hands. And it actually could even help a product like Pretty Feet and Hands work better because the glycolic acid loosens the bond between the old dead skin cells stuck to the surface, which become more and more and deeper entrenched as we get older, so that they actually begin to fall off and flake away. And then when you use a method like Pretty Feet and Hands or a hand scrub, you're going to get much better results, especially over time. These two products alone, a great combination to help remove that old dead skin cell layer and get your skin looking much better right away. Which leads us to the treatment phase of getting ageless looking hands, and that is treating the skin and the melanin production in the upper layers of the skin, helping to even out, brighten, and lighten those areas and make the skin look nice and supple and much, much more youthful. One of the big reasons that I don't look like I have 60-year-old hands, and it's something I get asked about all of the time when I'm out in public, even with people who know me well. Keeping my hands looking this good as I get older is always a topic that comes up for conversation. So for addressing dark spots and discolorations, you want to use something similar to what you would use on your face for the same problem. That would be a product formula that's rich in skincare acids like kojic, azelaic, tranexamic acid, and niacinamide to help balance out that melanin production in the skin. One of my favorite products for this is Faded by Topicals. This is a skincare formula that's a mix of skincare acids that work extremely well. Doesn't smell the best in the world when you use it, but that smell fades. That's because they've added no artificial fragrance to this product. Now, I'll put links down below in the video description box for this and the products that we talk about in the video today, so you don't need to write them down, but those links will be available for you to go and look at these products and see if there's something that might be beneficial to you. This leads us to the next step of keeping hands looking young, and that's making sure they stay hydrated. So you want a daily moisturizer that you use throughout the day to protect your hands, along with sunscreen, of course, keeping the hand skin protected and hydrated. Tons of these type of products out on the market today. There is another product combo that I use throughout today to keep my hands looking good, and that's the Spa Ritual Hand Facial. It's both a balm and a serum. And what's so special about this product duo is it's cardamom based. It's a very good ingredient for hydrating the skin and pulling moisture in. And if you have extra dry skin and cuticles on your hands, this is going to be a very soothing balm. As you can see here, this is a creamy serum. You want to massage that into your hands, making sure to apply it evenly until it absorbs completely. Doesn't take very long. And the great thing about this serum is it does not leave your hands greasy or tacky. It completely absorbs, but it leaves them feeling super hydrated. And of course, this is optional, but I also follow that step with their hand balm, which is a richer formula with extra hydrating and skin protecting ingredients. Again, it's not going to take a whole lot of this. Just a little dab, that much. Massage it in. And the hydration lasts for hours. So this is not something you're going to have to apply like 10 or 15 times per day. Just 2 or 3 times a day to keep those hands ultra hydrated and looking fabulous. And then perhaps besides sunscreen is applying an overnight hand treatment. We've talked about a ton of these on the channel, but I'm really liking this particular product. It's called Gloves in a Bottle, and it's designed to be a capping formula on your skin that is actually going to lock in moisture, protect your skin from moisture loss, not just the natural loss that occurs during the day, but even when you wash your hands. This product, non-sticky, non-tacky, waterproof, and just like it says, gloves in a bottle. This is a wonderful product to use at night before you go to bed after you've applied your moisturizing treatments. It's fragrance free. It's perfect for people with super dry skin. Is especially helpful for any areas of your skin on your body that are dry, including your feet. And it's also safe to use if you have eczema or psoriasis. All right, so what treatments are available to rejuvenate your hands beyond just topical products that we've talked about here? They will get you so far, but if you're still not happy, there are things you can do to alleviate some of the more troubling signs of aging on the hands. For instance, you can have a chemical peel done, which is similar to what you would have done to your face, where you're actually removing several layers deep of skin, giving a total reset to the skin on your hands. The thing about chemical peels, they work extremely well, but there is downtime usually associated with them. And especially when we're using our hands because we use them so much, it's something to think about because there will be a time frame, usually about a week to 2 weeks, that you won't be able to do everything you're normally doing with your hands. For thinning skin and collagen loss in the hands, there are several treatments that are very effective. Laser therapy, very effective. Radio frequency therapy, very effective. Sclerotherapy for those enlarged veins that are protruding on the tops of the hands. That's a very effective treatment for those. And of course, there is always the option of having fillers put underneath the skin of the hands to help plump that skin out, make it look more even and more youthful. There are even procedures these days where you can use some of your own fat taken from another place on the body and placed underneath the skin of the hands. Very effective, very natural looking, just a little bit expensive. But my professional recommendation is to try these topical products first, see how far you can get. You can see my hands look amazing. I'm very diligent about keeping them hydrated and keeping that sunscreen on there. And I can tell you that nighttime capping cooling of your skin with a product that will trap and hold moisture in your hands overnight, you can actually wake up to some significant improvement the very next day. Now, I hope you guys found this video on how to get ageless hands and keep them that way helpful. If you did, please like it, share it out, let me know in the comments below. And for even more ways to roll back the clock on all areas of the skin and body, please check out this video that I picked out for you next. Thank you guys so much for watching, supporting my channel. I appreciate you every single day. Stay beautiful, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you over on that next video.